ఫస్ట్ నుంచా? మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ నుంచా? మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ నుంచా? See students, as a part of third semester chemistry syllabus, we have started the lesson D block elements, and we have completed introduction part of D block elements, and in continuation to that, today I am discussing about transition elements. So what are transition elements? Those elements in which differentiating electron enters into D subshell are called D block elements. Those elements in which differentiating electron enters into D subshell are called D block elements. In periodic table, D block elements are placed in between S and P block elements. What is that? In periodic table, D block elements are placed in between S and P block elements. The elements of 3rd B to a 7th B, 8th, 1B and 2B groups are D block elements. These elements are called transition elements. I mean, these elements are also called transition elements. Their electronic configuration is n minus 1 into D 1 to 10 ns2. That is their configuration. See, in the periodic table, there are 3 series in D block elements. 3 series. What are they? Namely 3D, 4D and 5D series. 3D, 4D and 5D series. In 3D series, elements are from scandium to zinc. Scandium to zinc. Scandium atomic number is 21, zinc atomic number is 30, and their electronic configurations are as shown in the figure. Coming to electronic configuration of chromium and copper. See, among all elements, chromium and copper configurations are abnormal from other elements. See, electronic configuration of chromium is actually configuration should be 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2 and 3d4. That is actual configuration as per principle. But actual configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and 4s1, 3d5. Coming to electronic configuration of copper. Copper atomic number is 29 and configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s1, 3d10. But this is abnormal electronic configuration or nothing but anomalous electronic configuration. So the configuration of chromium and copper is not a subject here. Now coming to the continuation part of transition elements. In case of half-filled subshells, there is maximum number of unpaired electrons in different orbitals. In such cases, the inter-electronic repulsions are minimum and there is a maximum possibility of exchange or delocalization of electrons, which further decreases the energy and increases the stability. In case of a completely filled subshell, all spins are paired up. That and all we know. This minimizes the energy of the system and increases the stability. That is the reason why chromium and copper configurations are anomalous from from other elements. Coming to another topic, that is oxidation states. What is that? Oxidation states. In this topic, we are going to discuss about how d block elements exhibiting various electronic configurations. D block elements shows more than one oxidation states due to using both ns and n-1 d electrons in the compound formation. See, hexamine cobalt 3 chloride. That is one type of compound. In the same way, COCl3, MnCl2, MnCl5. In the same way, VO2 and V2O5. All are exhibiting more than one oxidation state. That is as shown in the figure. See, if you take scandium can shows +2 and +3 oxidation state. In the same way, titanium can exhibit +2, +3 and +4 also. Coming to vanadium, it can exhibit +2, +3, +4 and +5 also. And among all elements in the 3D series, if you look at the figure, manganese exhibiting maximum oxidation state. What is that? +7. So that is the maximum oxidation state exhibiting among all 3D elements. The maximum oxidation state in first series is +7 exhibited by manganese. That and all we know. In second and third transition series, the maximum oxidation state is +8 in ruthenium and osmium in their oxides. In a series, the oxidation states increases up to nearly middle element and then decreases. The most stable oxidation state in all the elements is +2. In all elements is +2. If you take 4D series, maximum oxidation state exhibited by ruthenium. See here, ruthenium is the atomic number of ruthenium is 44, and maximum oxidation state is exhibited by ruthenium is +8. Okay, so in 4D series we have yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, cadmium. What is that? yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, and cadmium. In 5D series, again, the maximum oxidation state exhibited by almost the middle of the group, that is osmium. Osmium can exhibit +8 oxidation state. What is that? +8 oxidation state. Here I'm showing you the oxidation number of osmium is 76. What is that? 76. Coming to another topic, that is చెప్పనా? లేదు నెంబర్ చెప్తాను రాసుకో. మెసేజ్ పెట్టేనా? పెట్టాను చూడు. Now, now coming to another topic, that is color of D block elements. D block metal ions are colored due to the presence of unpaired d electrons. These electrons absorb visible light and excited to one orbital to another orbital in the same d subshell. This is the reason for the color of the d block metal ions. This is the reason for the color of the d block metal ions. When d block metal ions contains completely filled or vacant d orbitals, they are colorless usually because there is no electron, unpaired electron. Hello. పెడుతున్నాను. పంపించి పెట్టాను. పాతి డిలీట్ చేస్తే వచ్చేద్ది. When d block metal ions contains completely filled or vacant d orbitals, they are colorless. Example, Cu plus 1. Cu plus 1. In Cu plus 1, I mean copper plus 1 oxygen state, there is no unpaired electron. Because of that, copper plus 1 state cannot exhibit any color. Copper plus 1 cannot exhibit any color. When it is in plus 2 state, I mean copper is in plus 2 state, it can exhibit blue color. See, we have a table. In this table, I am showing you metal and its oxygenate state at the right upper side. I mean this position, at this position. Hello. Hello. సరే. వచ్చిందా లేదా? వచ్చిందా? నాది నా నెంబర్ తెలుసా? See, in this block we have copper is in +2 state, iron is in +2 state, iron is in +3 state, chromium is in +3, manganese +2, and zinc +2. And here I am showing you color of the respective ion. See, when copper is in +2 state, it will show blue color. When iron is in +2 state, it will exhibit pale green color. When it is in +3 state, it will exhibit yellow. When it is chromium is in +3 state, it will exhibit green color. What is that? Green color. Manganese is in +2 state, it will exhibit pink color. When zinc is in +2 state, it will exhibit colorless. Why? See, if you take zinc, what is the atomic number of zinc? That and all we have discussed. Just now. What is that? Zinc atomic number is 30. Here I am showing you zinc outermost electronic configuration, that is 4s2 3d10. Now zinc is in +2 state. Here I am showing you the oxidation state of this zinc. So when zinc is in +2 state, the 2 electrons will be removed from 4s orbital. How many electrons are there in 4s orbital? There are 2 only. So the 2 electrons will be removed from 4s orbital. So after removing 2 electrons from outermost shell, there are 10 electrons in d sublevel. And all are paired. So that is the reason why zinc cannot exhibit any color. Coming to copper +2 ions are colored and paramagnetic. Electronic configuration of copper +2 ion is 1s2 2s2 2p6 3s2 3p6 and 3d9 actually. So copper 2 ion contains one unpaired electron, one unpaired d electron. So it is colored and paramagnetic. colored and paramagnetic. Coming to third topic, that is magnetic properties. Those elements are those substances which are weakly attracted by the magnetic field are called paramagnetic substances. This magnetic character arises due to presence of unpaired electrons. Most of the transition elements and their ions contains unpaired d electrons. So they are paramagnetic. Example: titanium 3 ion, copper 2, and scandium 2 ions. Those substances which are repelled by the magnetic field are called diamagnetic substances. This magnetic character arises due to the presence of paired electrons. Transition metal ions which contains paired electrons show diamagnetic substances. Again I am repeating, those substances which are repelled by the magnetic field are called diamagnetic substances. This magnetic character arises due to the presence of paired electrons. Transition metal ions which contains paired electrons show diamagnetic substances. Coming to explain why titanium 3 ion in aqueous solution is violet in color, whereas manganese 2 ion is almost colorless. So now I am discussing that question, and see, the answer is the compounds of titanium 3 ion in aqueous solution become colored when the ions have incomplete d orbitals. Example: 3D of titanium 3 ion is titanium, hexa aqua titanium 3 ion shows DD transition from T2G to EG makes the color look violet. Most manganese plus 2 complexes with weak ligands are octahedral and have high spin arrangement with 5 unpaired electrons. These complexes all have very pale colors. Most manganese 2 complexes with weak ligands are are octahedral and have high spin arrangement with 5 unpaired electrons. These complexes all have very pale colors. This is because of DD transition in a high spin D5 complex requires not only the promotion of an electron from T to G level to EG level, but also the reversing of its spin. Again I am repeating, this is because of DD transition in a high spin D5 complex requires not only the promotion of an electron from the T2G level to EG level, but also the reversing of its spin. In high spin D5 complexes, DD transitions are spin forbidden and the compounds are pale colors, are almost colorless. In high spin D5 complexes, DD transitions are spin forbidden, and the compounds are pale colors or almost colorless. That is the reason why hexa aqua titanium 3 showing color, and it looks like violet in color. Give the general properties of metals. General properties of metals. Some of them are metals are extremely hard. The melting points and boiling points of metals are very high. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Metals are malleable and ductile. Most of all metals exhibit variable oxidation states due to the presence of incomplete d orbitals. Most of their compounds are paramagnetic. Most of the d block elements are compounds. Most of the d block metal compounds are colored in the solid or solution states due to the presence of unpaired d orbitals. Many d block metals and their compounds show catalytic properties. And the ninth one is the cations of D block metals have great tendency to form complexes with ligands. And the final point is metals have ally forming tendency. See, first point is metals are extremely hard. Ante, I mean, extremely hard means they are very strong in nature. The melting points and boiling points metals are very high. That means when we heat the metals, the melting point of any metal in D block elements is very high. Coming to boiling points, in the same way, boiling points are also high of D block elements. Coming to metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. It is very important point. See, all metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. That and all we know. Coming to our concern, D block elements. In D block elements, all elements are metals. All elements are metals. So our basic as a basic principle, that and all we have discussed now. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. In the same way, all D block elements are good conductors of heat and electricity. In the same way, metals are malleable and ductile. That means we can easily stretch it and easily we can mold into sheets. we can easily stretch the metal and we can easily mold into sheets. That is malleable and ductile. Most of all metals exhibits variable oxidation states. Variable oxidation states. Variable oxidation means they can show two or more than two oxidation states. Two or more than two oxidation states. So all D block elements shows more than one oxidation states. Due to the presence of incomplete d orbitals, most of their compounds are paramagnetic. Hello. అక్కడే ఉన్నాయి సరే అక్కడ ఏమని సరే అక్కడే ఉండు, నేను ఎక్కడే ఉన్నాను, పక్కనే ఉన్నాను, వచ్చేస్తాను. ఏమవుతులే. సరే పెట్టే. See, due to the presence of incomplete d orbitals, most of their compounds are paramagnetic. In the same way, most of the D block metal compounds are colored in the solid or solution state due to the presence of unpaired d orbitals. Many D block metals and their compounds show catalytic properties. Catalytic properties means we can use to speed up the reactions as they are very slow at room temperature. So that is the reason why almost all D block metals or D block elements showing catalytic properties. And the ninth point is the cations of D block metals have great tendency to form complexes with the ligand. I mean, D block metals can show great tendency to form complexes with the ligands. And the final point is metals have ally forming tendency. Ally forming means they are used in manufacturing alloys.